Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing Audiolab's brilliant integrated amplifier, their 9000A. Now Audiolab's been doing electronic CD players and amplifiers for a very, very long period of time. With many of the brands as they sort of re-emerge, we often see them being taken over by companies that have no desire to keep the quality of manufacturing high, and often will just utilize that name and produce some plastic rubbish. This is an example of exactly the opposite. This is an example of a brand that, with the right investment in R&D and that core value that they've always kept, they're able to bring to the market some amazing value, amazing quality and amazing sounding integrated amplifiers, CD players and streamers. And it's brilliant to be able to share something at this quality level with you today. Nevertheless, Audiolab's packaging at this level is kind of protected with a sort of a plastic sleeve, so to speak. We'll have a quick look before taking that off. I mean, what actually happens is that unlike double boxing or something along those lines, these plastic sleeves actually protect it not only from moisture, which is kind of important, let's be honest. With the age of internet and deliveries via a courier, this could be sat out in the rain. Or just that scattered shower that ends up with that box damp as it arrives with a courier. So it's kind of important, it's brilliant they've done it. It also means that these big courier labels and other things associated with it are easily removed and you end up with a nice pristine box. Look, on that note, moving it around, this is no welterweight. It weighs 12, 13, 14 kilos, something along those lines. It's an excellent amplifier. It's 100 watts, and that's real wattage. It's a wattage that can be delivered in spades because it has an oversized toroidal power supply, feeding some exceptional quality, extremely high 15,000 picofarad caps. And there's 4 of them in there, so you work out the maths. It's 60,000 picofarads. It's absolutely stunning in a amplifier of this price point. And again, I've got to highlight just how clean that power is, because ultimately the sound you will hear is the incoming power into the transistors. Overrate the power supply, make a really good job of it, and it will sound better because of it. So, excellent. Nevertheless, what I'm going to do is pick one of these messy little ends and sort of slice through it so that we can gain access and kind of hack at it, okay? And then just tear it off. It's done its job. We want to see the product now. So, get rid of it. And now we can see the clean package for the first time. Again, Audiolab logo front and center. Please handle with care. We've got some basic instructions associated with packaging, recycling, how many can stack them. Again, the Audiolab 9000A logo, a QR code, and obviously an implication of a 3-year warranty. Like the 6000A, the lesser model, and look, there's the link to it. This is a smart amp. It has the digital inputs associated with the demanding plethora of sources that we have nowadays. Some streamer that needs a little bit of a helping hand, the television, all of these types of things are now giving the requirement to have a decent digital to analog converter on board. So what they've done is they've smartened up the amplifiers. They've invested in high-end DACs, ESS Sabre Pro DACs, capable of DSD and all these types of things in their amplifiers, and then complemented them with CD transports like this one here to offer a basic feature set for those that are still using discs, but still a high-end DAC for those that are streaming or connecting it to an external device digitally. Nevertheless, we've got on one end scannable information associated with the model and serial number, and again an emulation of some of the core features like DSD and Bluetooth, along with MQA and other features as well. Opening it, very, very easy. Now, this isn't traditional sort of clear packing tape. It's actually a fabric or a paper tape. So it does require a little bit more care with a knife. Opening the box, really, really easy. And we'll see the care and attention that they've done with the packaging, with it sort of encased in closed cell foam. It's suspended in the middle of the box. There's lots of protection for corners and other things from impact, and it's brilliant to see that they've cared for this product in transit like nothing else in its price. The first thing that we'll see is a comprehensive user manual. It's multilingual and multi-page. It's in a big Ziploc bag, a good quality heavyweight Ziploc bag at that nut as well. And of course it touches on with a line drawing associated with some of the features you would see. We've got the basic accessories in the back and a piece of closed cell foam to ensure that those accessories are separate. The box itself, it's got a little sticker associated with the model that these accessories are associated with. And between the closed cell foam and the box, it means that the front of the amplifier is brilliantly well protected, with the back closest to the outside and the front, where any cosmetic damage would be awful, protected with the accessories and a layer of closed cell foam. Nevertheless, what we see on board is a traditional 3-pin earthed IEC power cord and Audiolab's system remote control. I sort of mentioned that, the system remote control, and I'll show you why. Here we go. The remote, by the way, has buttons and other things that are of no use to this amplifier. The concept is that they have sort of one remote to rule them all with your your Audiolab systems. What we've got is power, and then buttons associated with the CD transport operation. Then basic volume up and down and things associated with the amp, and some other buttons that have no use for this particular thing. We'll see that again with some of the other products, that the buttons that are required to operate the unit are there, and the buttons to operate other related products are also in the remote. It's got a lovely fit and finish to it with an aluminium look top. It's not supplied with batteries, and again that's becoming very common, but the little battery window in the back allows you to add the 2 AAA batteries. Put this off to one side. The unit is then again easy to get out. We've got that closed cell foam that I mentioned. I'll pause and just sort of show you the basic box. There's a gel bag associated with keeping it dry, and off that goes. Closed cell foam's really easy to remove, and you can see it's cut specifically for the amplifier. Carefully flipping it over and taking off the other side, we can start to see the physics of the product for the first time. The unit itself is protected by a semi-soft bag, and it's sellotaped closed at one side. Simple couple of nicks gets you access to it, and then slide the bag off to reveal the feet, and carefully sort of dragging it over some of the items at the front and the back that will catch the bag itself. The amplifier is relatively heavy at one side, and that's where that toroidal power supply sits. So it's down in that bottom section there. Now if I pause just for a moment, we'll see a couple of things. Firstly, the feet. These have a rubber insert to ensure that they absorb vibration. And if these are stacked in a stack, obviously, with the CD player and maybe a streamer or something along those lines, it's not going to scratch or damage the piece that it's on. That's the big nuggety bolts holding the toroidal power supply inside, and a few other things there too. Looking at it, you can see how brilliantly elegant it is. Firstly, at the boring end, we've got a traditional on and off. It's a standby button, and then the Audiolab etched in the front. We've got a big rotary encoding volume control, and a 1/4 inch 6.35mm headphone socket. It's the mode button that separates this from many in its class. What Audiolab have done, even in their lesser models, is allow you to utilise this as a preamp, a pre-power, activating the ins and outs in a very, very different way, or a traditional integrated amplifier. It reacts differently in those modes, and in a preamp mode, for example, shuts off its output stage. It means that this can sit in a system for a prolonged period of time, regardless of how many additional upgrades you might do. or use this with an additional matched amplifier to bi-amp and bi-wire your speakers should you require. That feature set and its implementation is absolutely brilliant as far as ensuring that this will sit in your system for a longer period of time than everything else in its price point. Then we see a traditional selector. Again, this is a rotary encoder, and it chops through the inputs that are available. What sets the unit apart is a really cool full colour display. Navigating its setup and other things like that is done on that display, as well as input selection and the obvious. But we've got some cool features with it. We can have a different display. It could be, there's a couple of animations, there's the Audiolab logo, and again, hang around for the photographs, I'll light it up so you can see them. There's also a VU meter, both sort of digital and traditional analog, and it's kind of cool. Let's be honest, these amplifiers, particularly in this colour and silver, are likely to sit out on display. So having that display sort of offer more than just the basics is kind of critical to things that will sit potentially front and centre in your home. Tilting it forward, we see that they've got excellent machining work as far as the lid and ample ventilation for the amplification stages. Spinning it around, we see again aluminium panelling bolted together. Again, the fit and finish is excellent. There's no flex or movement with this product. It's brilliantly made. Looking at the back, that's where we see some of the inputs and outputs and the investment that Audiolab have made in this product to make sure it's feature rich for you. Basic inputs, of course, we've got the power and a fuse and a rocker switch. We've got the traditional speaker cable outputs. Again, it's 100 watts into 8 ohms and about 160 into 4, highlighting how stable its amplification is. And from a quality of amplification's perspective, well above everything else in its class. We see some basic things associated with 12 volt trigger in and out. That allows for this to be turned on by an external device and for it to then trigger perhaps a power amp. We see a USB. Now this is specifically for software updating. It's not for external hard drives. Then we've got an asynchronous USB input, which utilises the DACs that are on board. So remember, it'll run DSD and other very high resolution files. So if you downloaded them and put them on a laptop or a PC, the very best way of introducing them is via that asynchronous USB. Above it, we've got the aerial associated with Bluetooth. And it's excellent that they've added that feature for that sort of basic connection. You know, you're listening to something, or it's a podcast, or it's Spotify, something low res, or your mates come around and just want to play some music for a while. Bluetooth is extremely important for that basic everyday connection, and they've incorporated it in this model. Beside that, we've got two digital inputs, coax 1 and 2, and two optical digital inputs, again optical 1 and 2. Then a single set of balanced inputs marked XLR, and then a myriad of inputs and outputs associated with the preamp mode and integrated amplifier modes here, and then the analog inputs, the last of which is dedicated to the moving magnet phono preamp, and an excellent ground. We've got some screen printing associated with its features and DSD and the Audiolab logo, and a website to go to as well. So there we have it. Audiolab's brilliant new 9000A integrated amplifier, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.